You are watching Channel Adrian TV.
Yo, YouTube, Rumble, Facebook, where you're watching this, welcome back to another reaction video. Since it's Kobe Bryant Day and I can only get one video out today, I thought I'll just do this video. And y'all know I've always respected Kobe. I don't want to say like I was a big fan like a lot of people growing up. I always respected his competitive nature and how he carried himself when it comes to basketball, because y'all know I'm a Dallas Mavericks fan. So Michael Finley, Dirk, and Steve Nash, when they were on the Dallas Mavericks, I wanted them to beat Kobe, because I know ever since Kobe has passed away, a lot of people claim that they were big Kobe fans. I always respected Kobe, but I wasn't like a big fan. Like, I do know people who were really big Kobe fans. So I thought a good video to put out today was players talking about Kobe on Kobe Bryant Day. So let's get into the video.
What do you remember from your first conversation with Kobe after you joined the Lakers?
It was weird because, like, I played really well in Houston. I was having 25 against them in the playoffs. I played really well. You know, I'm with my boys. The Lakers called me. The Lakers called my agent. I was with David Bauman at the time. And they were like, the Lakers want to speak to you. And I was like, for fucking what? Part of my language and on national television, whatever. But
no, we curse on this.
I know y'all do. I typically don't, but I'm with you guys. Kobe, I don't want to play with Kobe. You know, I also had, I told the story before. King James called also. I was supposed to go to the Cavs. But I want to play against these dudes. I want to play against these dudes, but...
See, Ron has more of the mindset I did. That's why I respected Kobe. But since everybody was Kobe fans and I was, you know, Dallas Mavericks, Michael Finley, Dirk, and Steve Nash, I was kind of riding with them because I wanted to see them beat the great players instead of going up to how I would say a lot of people do of the teaming up now.
It was literally my only option. I had no more options. You know what I mean? It was minimum. It was minimum. Name somebody averaging 25 in their prime against a championship team that's getting to mid-level. So that's the situation I was in. You know what I mean? So...
Like, if Kobe told the story that he basically told you, you can't be on no bullshit out here, you got to be ready to go.
Yeah, that was there. Yeah, he did say that. He was like, don't be like doing, you know... I don't know, I was rapping, I was changing my name, all this, leave all that shit out.
That's one thing I do respect about Kobe, is that he's straightforward. That's how I am now in certain workplace situations. And if you work with certain people, you can't be like that. But in his field in basketball, you could be like that, especially when you're the franchise player. But that's one thing I've always respected about Kobe, that his seriousness, because I'm the same way.
That shit, yeah.
He was really serious too. You can hear it in his voice. He was hurt. He was having fun, but playing against him, it was tough, man. I tried my hardest, you know, and he would just go to work. Like, maybe I did have some success sometimes, but I would say like LeBron 75% of the time he got me. Kobe, I would say like 60%, maybe 70% of the time that I played against Kobe, like, you know, he just went to work. He wasn't that quick, but he could shoot. He was quick enough. He was strong enough. So it was hard to stop it. You know, he can shoot from, if you pick him at the three-point line, even back then, he had stepped 2 feet beyond the three-point.
And that's one thing, what he was saying about Kobe shooting threes. I know Kobe wasn't known as a three-point shooter, but he could hit those deep threes, especially in the clutch situations. He could hit those, so you had to respect it.
Play with him, it was incredible. I remember, I thought I was the hardest worker on my team. I always tried to outwork everybody. When I got with Kobe in 2009-10, I was like, wow. He would be in the gym at 6 a.m., like serious. Actually, there at 5:30, because he's starting at 6. So then he's showered up in the car by 8:15, like out, done. You know, so that was, and I was like, wow, I understood. I understood. And he was a leader. He was a leader by example. Because he was, you know Kobe, he's gonna say something to turn you off. Right. He's not gonna be nice about it. Fisher was the guy to be like, hey, talk you through it.
This is what he meant.
Yeah.
You could tell by how Derek Fisher carried himself and Kobe that the good cop, bad cop dynamic of those great Laker teams, Kobe a lot of times would be the bad cop. And then you could obviously tell that Derek Fisher was, nah, well, he just wants you to do better, you know, try to pat you on the back. Now, me personally, I like people being straightforward, so I could deal with people with Kobe's personality. I would say a majority of people can't, especially in this generation. So it would be interesting. You'll never know. It's a hypothetical. But if someone with Kobe's mindset tried to be like that nowadays, I don't think it would work with the majority of people. I remember that video because that's when Ronnie Price was on Kobe team.
Trying to get better. These MFers are not doing anything for me.
That's some good bump right there.
That is Kobe Bryant.
Oh man, it was mostly aimed at Jeremy Lin, to tell you the truth. People don't know Jeremy Lin actually cried in the locker room that day.
Damn, for real?
Damn, nigga. He was emotional?
Emotional, yeah. Got cried.
Did you give him some tissue?
I get that because if you remember, Jeremy Lin was excited to go play with the Lakers, but since he kind of got the Smush Parker treatment, I'm pretty sure all NBA fans and Kobe fans know the story with him and Smush Parker. I'll be honest, it could be viewed as disrespectful, but for me personally, we don't have to be best friends. I'm just here to work and to get better. I don't really mess with people until I really get to know them. And I don't go on my way to talk to them. Hey, let's go hang out, get dinner and all. We have to have a certain type of respect for each other and rapport before we even get to that point. So I can understand if that is true what Nick Young is saying about Jeremy Lin crying, because Kobe was initially giving him the Smush Parker treatment.
You just let it.
Nah, I was mad because he was really he got ripped and shit, and
that was Ronnie Price playing defense on him.
I'm still mad at Jeremy Lin that day.
Oh, in the scrimmage.
It could have been. We could have won, but he got ripped at, bringing the ball up and shit, and Kobe was just in his head the whole time, and I wanted somebody to back me up,
Yeah.
But they were scared. Yeah.
So we saw that clip. You said nobody in the world can guard me one-on-one. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like you were different from the majority of the rest of that Lakers roster in terms of not letting Kobe's trash talk affect you or impact you in any way?
For sure. At the time, Kobe only had one leg. He couldn't do nothing to me at that time. And that was my team.
Talk it.
The funny thing, though, y'all know Big Brother Gil called me that same day after practice. That's how you talk to Kobe. That's how you talk. That's how you talk. Yeah. Get your balls on. That's how you supposed to speak.
Yeah, you're supposed to stand up for yourself, though. And that's where I don't think people understand, especially not only in sports and life. You have to stand up for yourself, because if you let it happen once, the floodgates are going to open, because your teammates or your peers or whoever around you see that you have no backbone and you're weak. So that's why Gilbert called Nick, you're supposed to step up for yourself. Now, I know some people may not want to do that because of their career, but at some point, that's why you should have a savings and be smart with your money, because I'm not going to let no one try me like that.
I get practice. I called him. Seen that on the line, that's what I'm talking about, Nick. Yeah. That's the shit Kobe want to hear. He want to know there's another Tiger there.
Yeah. So for Gil, you said you watched that call. No media in the locker room when Jeremy Lin was crying. Did Kobe see Jeremy Lin crying in the locker room?
Yeah, he tried to ask, had he talked to him or something about Kobe. Kobe already in his Kobe zone, so he's like, man, I ain't talking to you motherfuckers.
He blacked out.
So that what made it he won't listen to me, man. He won't. Man, what type of team are we? We can't even talk to each other.
And I'm kind of coughing and laughing, but not coughing because of what Jeremy Lin said. See, but you could see Jeremy Lin was going to Kobe as a mentor role, but Kobe was giving him the Smush Parker treatment, because the way Kobe carries himself, you have to be on his level for him to even let you in like that. He has to respect you first. And some people can say that's rude and not right, which I understand, but since I'm the same way, I understand it. I'm not Mr. Friendly. I need to get to know you before any type of opening up, which I don't normally do, but I see the difference. I see it. I can see why Jeremy Lin cried about that, if it's true, allegedly.
Fuck that.
It's over.
Say fuck that too. I said, man, I was so mad.
He said, what type of man, listen, him.
No.
Shaq and Kobe wasn't talking with him for championships. Kobe ain't tripping.
You can't do that in that moment. You got to stand up for yourself. That's why I was more mad at him.
So, Nick, do you remember how you responded?
You got to stand up for yourself.
You was more mad at Jerry.
So what? He stand up like what?
Say something.
Like what's up? Like what's up? Get out or what?
Trying to go out. He getting ripped.
Squabble up.
Wow, Kobe is really just talking crazy to them. And calling everybody trash, you looking trash, like you're not standing up for yourself.
See, told y'all.
Like, fuck out of here. Don't talk.
You got to stand up for yourself.
Kobe or not, shit.
Now, with that said, if you playing sorry, then yeah, you really can't stand up for yourself. Now, you can stand up for yourself as a man to where it may go left and you might have to fight. But then it's going to look crazy if you sorry, fight, and lose. You just standing up for no reason.
Court Whitley.
So Nick, do you remember how you responded after that random practice?
Yeah, I had a game winner and shit.
Okay, so let's show the video. I'm glad you remember. Season high, 29 points.
Oh yeah, against the Spurs. I remember this game.
Against the Spurs. He passed to Jeremy Lin? Oh, wow. Who?
I was my team.
I was
This
like,
my team. Don't be mad. This motherfucker work on me at.
Be mad, but tell Jeremy Lin, pass that
Pass the ball back to me, motherfucker. Yo, that's some hate.
That's some shit, though.
So Lakers responded.
And you see that? If that's true, because what Nick is saying, because this is alleged and Kobe's passed away, so I don't want to speak ill will on the dead. This is what Nick Young said. He said after he made that shot, Kobe talking to Jeremy Lin saying, you need to pass that ball back to me. Now, Brandon Jennings just said that's some hating bleep stuff, which it is, because you should be happy your teammate made a shot. But like I said, dealing with Kobe's mindset, and some people would call ego and competitiveness, you're going to have to deal with that. So you're either going to have to be at that same level and continue to bump heads, or you're just going to have to acquiesce to his needs. And I think that's where some people have a problem with Kobe, because people would consider that hating, which I'll be honest, I would think it is, because Nick Young hit that shot. But at the end of the day, if it's Kobe Bryant versus a regular NBA player, odds are Kobe's going to probably have some more pull. That's why most people don't speak up or stand up for themselves when it comes to people like that, or in any situation. You could think in your workplace, your boss, your CEO, stuff like that. People with power, they could kind of honestly tell you and do what they want.
What are your memories from playing with the Lakers and Kobe in his final season?
I just remember feeling like, well, first, I want to say this. 2-4 started that season as Kobe Bryant. Like, training camp, he was pushing everybody. He was getting his body ready. He was getting his mind ready. He was making sure we all was on the same page. And then, as I remember it, I feel like 9-10 games in, his body started breaking down. And he came to the realization that this was the end. And his mentality shifted. He became a lot lighthearted. He became more easygoing, and I knew at that point he had kind of took his foot off the gas. Like, he knew his body wasn't going to hold up to the standard that he had set for himself. And I was on the team with Julius Randle, D'Angelo Russell. Nick was on that team. Larry Nance was on that team. They had a lot of young guys that they had planned to develop, but as y'all know, the Lakers don't develop talent. That ain't really what they into. And I remember them sitting us down and telling us, hey, the rest of this season is going to be about 2-4. So we're going to celebrate him. We're going to go out and compete, but it's about him. And from that point on, it turned into the farewell tour.
And I get both sides, because you respect Kobe for what he done, his amazing career, Hall of Fame career. But then on the other hand, let's say you're a rookie, or like he said, you're a younger player, Larry Nance, Julius Randle. I don't know if I'm going to be in the league long. I need to state my claim in this league now so I could stay in this league. So I could get people being frustrated with that. Like, I get both sides.
And, we started getting a pulse of the nights that he was going to play, the nights when he wasn't going to play. Because, if you go into a city twice, he probably wasn't going to play in the first one. He was going to play in the second one. All the Eastern Conference games that we only go once, he probably going to play in a lot of these. And so our focus kind of shifted. And the crazy thing about it was Byron Scott was still whooping our ass in practice, though. He was still whooping our ass in practice, but it's like, B. Scott, we in shape, bro. We 40 games in, and I remember having a meltdown. He had 40, 50 games in, we doing a damn conditioning drill. I said, B. Scott, nah, dog.
Y'all doing easy around 40 games in,
We are still doing a conditioning drill. So
Yeah, y'all look at Kenyon Martin's face, and people are saying, "Well, Adrian, you're an athlete. You're supposed to be conditioned." No, when you're 40 games in, you should already be in condition. And then with the traveling that they're doing, you shouldn't be doing conditioning drills every single day. You should be already in condition. Now, if you need to get some extra work, you come into the facility early. No difference at your job. If you know you have X, Y, and Z to do, and you may need a little bit extra time, you go in the next day or on your off day, get some extra work in. It's the same thing. So I definitely get why Lou Will had a meltdown.
I have a meltdown. I said, bro, if we ain't in shape now, we ain't never gonna be in
See,
shape.
that's exactly what
He
I was
called me in
saying.
the office. I said, "B, what's this about?" I said, "What is this about?" He said, "This all I know. I come from Pat Riley. It's all I know. This is my coaching staff."
Shit, know something else.
Yeah, but
all I know.
yeah, but I just remember like Kobe, he wouldn't practice. He really wouldn't be around. Like we had a thing where in the locker room, because y'all know he had his own separate locker room. He had his own room for him to stretch, and he had his own staff of trainers and what.
Which is crazy. The regular team is in the locker room and Kobe is by himself in another room, which I know that will rub a lot of people the wrong way. Now, once again, me, I wouldn't care as long as I'm on the team and I'm getting my paycheck. That's all that matters to me.
And the only way we knew what games that he would play, they would come in and take all his stuff out his locker. So that's how we knew that he would play on certain nights. They would come clean his locker out, and we'd be like, "Elvis in the building." That was our joke. "Hey, Elvis in the building. Like, he gonna play tonight." So we used to come out the locker room out this door. Cole come out he come out this door. And one of the funniest things that he used to do, mind you, he didn't come to practice, but during preparation for games, we'll be going over game plan. He'd just be sitting there getting dressed. He'd be like, "Nah, we ain't doing that." Like, nigga, we've been working on this shit all week. What are you talking about? We've been working on this shit all week. And he's just putting his jersey on. Nah, we ain't doing that. And because him and B. Scott played together, B. Scott was like,
We ain't doing that.
we ain't doing that.
So Kobe
You know what I'm
became
saying?
Pat Riley. So he did.
Cole became
vetoing
Pat Riley, man. But as the season started winding down, man, I realized like that was my first time seeing somebody be celebrated and get their flowers. And you know, God rest his soul, I'm glad that he was able to have that experience going out of the door.
Yeah, and I agree. And like I said, even though I always view Kobe as a rival, being a Dallas Mavericks fan, I have the utmost respect for his career and his work ethic. Now, how he carried himself would definitely rub a majority of people the wrong way. But with that being said, you can't say he didn't get results, the championships, the MVPs, all the accolades. I don't ever think we'll see another Kobe Bryant. And that's it for this video. I didn't want to do the whole video, just a few stories to celebrate Kobe's day. And plus, like I said, since I only could do one video today, I'm really short on time. Y'all, I appreciate all the support. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in another video.